Drives that baseline, kicks it out. They hold the ball. The clock is ticking. A foul committed by Batum. That lead with 6.4 to go. Listen, and picked up by Beverly, and that's all she wrote. The Timberwolves are going to the playoffs.
The Los Angeles Clippers. This team finished 9th in the Western Conference last season and lost to the Timberwolves in the play-in tournament. This is one of the more interesting and best teams in the league going into next season, and this is also one of the more underwhelming teams considering the star power and expectations that this team has. We'll get into all of that in this video. Now, if you're a new viewer that's never seen this channel before, this is a series I like to call The Outlook. And this is a series where I take a team and talk about the current state of the team, the future of the team, and how I see the team performing in the upcoming season. And this is the 7th video of that series. And if you're a new viewer that's never seen my content before, make sure you stick around to the very end. And if you like the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. 98% of my viewers that watch my videos are not subscribed yet. Pressing that subscribe button that only takes 1 second helps the channel out a lot. So make sure you do that. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into this video. Now first we're going to look at the current state of this team, and now looking at this team from just a roster standpoint, I can say that this is a very well-rounded team. I feel like adding John Wall gives them the playmaking that they desperately needed. This team has great perimeter defense and guys like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, John Wall, and Robert Covington. They have scoring, and this team also has great depth. This roster as a whole is one of the more well-rounded rosters in the league, but there is one thing with this roster that I am a little concerned with, and that's the rim protection and the big man rotation. I mean, you could say that outside of Ivica Zubac, there isn't really anyone else that can control the paint, but that's the only problem with this team that I could see. But that is a little nitpicking because this team definitely has the personnel to run an effective small ball lineup. I mean, let's just say the Clippers ran a lineup of Reggie Jackson or John Wall at the point guard position, Paul George at shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard at small forward, Nicholas Batum at power forward, and Robert Covington at center. With that lineup, you have spacing, perimeter defense, switchability, length on the perimeter, scoring, and playmaking. That could be a very effective small ball lineup, but nonetheless this team still has a problem at the big man position, because eventually this team will have to go up against guys like Nikola Jokic, Rudy Gobert, and Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis, and they don't have anyone that will make it difficult for those guys, so they still have to keep that in mind. But nonetheless, this is still a very well-rounded roster. This is still one of the deeper teams not only in the West but in the entire league, and this team obviously has a lot more going for them, and that's how I feel about the current state of this team. And now moving on to the future of this team. Now as far as contracts go, this team is pretty set. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Ivica Zubac, and Terrence Mann are all on long-term contracts, and the rest are on 2-year deals. So that means that a lot of these guys are here to stay, and for a championship caliber team, this is perfect. Now as far as age goes, this team is definitely on the older side. This team has 7 guys over the age of 30, and these are all impactful guys to the team. So age with this team is definitely something to look out for. Now as far as team needs and fit, here are some guys that I would recommend this team sign or trade for. One guy I would recommend for this team to sign would be Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez is a guy who can come in and immediately give this team more depth at the center position. He's a great rim protector who can match up well against a lot of the big men in the league, and he can also stretch the floor, and he's also a veteran who's played through a lot of playoff series and has a lot of experience. Another guy I would recommend this team sign would be Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard in recent years has shown that he can be a very serviceable backup big. When he's at his best, he's a great rim protector and a lob threat. And in this point in his career, all he wants to do is win, and he wants to keep adding to his Hall of Fame resume, and the Clippers are definitely a team that is more than capable of winning. So the Clippers are definitely a favorable destination for Dwight Howard. The last guy I would recommend this team sign would be Steven Adams. Steven Adams has shown you over the course of his career that he can be a very serviceable starting big man. He's a great rebounder who can be a stout rim protector down low, and just like Brook Lopez, Steven Adams has a lot of playoff experience, so that's a plus as well. And then one guy I would recommend this team trade for would be Jared Vanderbilt. I mean, if this team really wants to commit to the small ball lineup, then I think that Jared Vanderbilt will be perfect for the center position. He may not be the biggest, but he's definitely going to give you 110% every single play. Defensively, he's extremely versatile. He's quick enough to stay in front of shifty point guards. His post defense has much improved and he's able to make centers work. And he's also an extremely active rebounder. And yeah, you may have to give up a couple assets to get him, but I think that it's worth it considering what this team wants to do with their lineups. So Jared Vanderbilt would definitely be a perfect pickup. So as far as the future goes for this team is in a very good position. I mean, yeah, this team may be a little on the older side, but all of those guys contribute to this team tremendously. And I don't think that they'll regress that much. And plus they've got most of their core guys locked in on multi-year deals. And for a championship team, that is very ideal. But overall, the future of this team looks good. And now moving on to how I see this team performing in the next season. And I see this team finishing as a 4th seed. And literally the only reason why they aren't higher is because of health. I mean, the biggest question going into next season is, can this team stay healthy? Can Kawhi Leonard and Paul George stay healthy to push their team higher in the standings? I mean, it seems like Kawhi Leonard has played less and less games since 2019. In 2019, he played 60 games. In 2020, he played 57. And in 2021, he played 52. So who knows if that trend will continue this season? And the same goes for Paul George. In 2019, he played 77 games. And then after 2019, it just plummets. I mean, in 2020, he only played 48 games. In 2021, he played 54. And in 2022, he only played 31 games. So these two have to stay healthy for their team to be competitive. Now, nonetheless, this team in 2021 did finish as the 4th seed, with these two still being unhealthy as they were. And not to mention, their team has gotten a lot better. So that's why I still have them finishing as the 4th seed. And the 4th seed is honestly my ceiling for this team. A floor for this team would be the 6th seed, because once again, the team has gotten a lot better. And Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will still play enough games to keep their team in the middle of the pack. But this is just worst case scenario for them, and that's how I see the team performing in the next season. So overall, this team is definitely a championship caliber unit. This team definitely has almost everything and is one of the more well-rounded teams in the league. They have two of some of the best two-way stars in the league and a great supporting cast, and I could definitely see this team finishing deep in the playoffs. So overall for the Clippers, considering the current state of the team, the future of the team, and how I see them performing in the next season, I'd give this team an A, and that is the Los Angeles Clippers outlook. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you leave a like, it helps with the algorithm and helps push the videos out to more people. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so as well. I really like how the channel is performing and I want to keep this up. If you have any more video ideas, leave them down below in the comment section. All of my social media links will be down below in the description. More videos just like this one on the way soon. And as always, I'm out. Peace.